City Councilman Tim Shannon is about to hit the hot seat, facing serious questions after finding his wife's cold body in the family's bathtub.
He tried to claim that she had slipped under the water on her own due to her intoxication and that he had found her that way.
But cops have discovered that Lee-Ann Shannon's husband is having an illicit affair with the family nanny.
They exchanged pictures, clothed and naked. There was at least one picture of them being intimate together.
But could murder be pinned on these lustful lovers? Cops find strange entries in the nanny's own diary, but after questioning Jamie for 2 hours, detectives release her, having no hard evidence or cause to arrest her at that stage. Now detectives haul Tim down to the station.
Ash, come down here. I want to speak with you.
And right off the bat, they ask about the steamy affair in this audio interrogation.
Tim, there's a rumor going around that you had a sexual affair with Jamie.
Almost immediately, he inserted her into the role of the mother of those children, taking them places and doing things with them like a mother would.
Tim doesn't deny he saw Jamie as more than a second mother to his children. He was filing for divorce from his wife, and he and Jamie planned to tie the knot in Vegas. But he claims, coincidentally, Lee-Ann accidentally drowned in the tub the very day Jamie was permanently moving in.
Timothy Shannon had explained to Hart PD that his wife was a larger woman, I believe approximately 280 pounds, that it was a smaller tub, and that when she did take a bath, that she would have to scooch up against the shower wall above the nozzle. Well, that just didn't seem logical. Nobody takes a bath like that. That also raised some suspicion.
And it didn't take long for cops to turn suspicion into some stunning admissions.
Tell me what happened. Okay, because what I've read so far I think is a bunch of BS. If you made a mistake, let's talk about that mistake you made. Let's get it out in front of us.
After only 30 minutes of increasingly tough police questioning, Tim suddenly seems to start caving.
Intend for her to die. We were intending on moving her out to her mother's. Went to get her out of the tub, and she was staying there, staying drunk. Started hitting me, so I just sit on her.
Detectives' ears are perking up, hanging on his every word. They knew Tim was about to come clean and confess every dirty detail.
I'm going to stop you right now. I'm going to read you your rights.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law.
They urge him to keep talking, and he does.
So, she's drunk, she's in the tub.
She's drunk and she's flat on her back. Just trying to get her up, get her moving. She pulled me in.
So you're on top of her. And then what? You had to tell us, Tim.
From there, like water from a faucet, the truth comes pouring out.
You remained on top of her.
I refocus, I get up, and she's out, not breathing. I don't know, because I was out for a minute.
He then states that he was holding her under the water. He then states that the only thing he can recall is that Lee-Ann began floating in the bathtub. When you come to?
When I refocus, she's not breathing.
He regained his focus, is the term that he used. He realized what he had done.
But by the time you stopped, she was already deceased. And she remained under the water.
She floated up, but no breathing.
After drowning his wife, prosecutor Joseph Bison says Tim changed his clothes. Then callously waited several hours before calling 911.
We believe that between him pushing her under the water and calling 911 that he changed his clothes and put his clothes in the laundry because they were wet.
Tim was arrested and held without bail, charged with 1 count of murder. But despite all the secret diary entries and other suspicious evidence cops found in plastic bins at the home that day, Jamie Hathaway is not charged in connection with Lee-Ann's murder.
Having gone over all the evidence, we're not able to determine any evidence of premeditation or plan that she was supposed to die.
Tim Shannon pleaded no contest and was convicted of second-degree murder.
I don't think he is an evil person by nature. I think he got to the point of being coaxed. I think he was at his wit's end and didn't know what else to do as far as juggling his wife and his girlfriend.
Our belief is that Jamie Hathaway was infatuated with Timothy Shannon. You could see that she was the person giving Timothy orders. Whether that was right down to the point that Lee-Ann had to die, we're still unsure of today.
Jamie became a witness for the prosecution. Despite not being able to pin any charges on her, investigators still have their doubts about the nanny's involvement.
Jamie's still out in follow-up conversations with Timothy Shannon. He was offered to tell us the whole truth, and he chose not to. I believe he's still protecting Jamie to this day.
Jamie Hathaway is reportedly living 2 hours away in Kalamazoo, Michigan, while Tim will serve 13.5 to 25 years behind bars, not eligible for freedom until he's well into his 50s. At his sentencing, Lee-Ann's cousin, Deborah, told him exactly what she hopes his future holds in prison.
What happens in jail is not kindly, and that's the worst fate that I wished for him. That someone would take him as a bride and really teach him what life's about.
Tim and Lee-Ann's kids are now living with his parents, and Tim is left with plenty of time to think about the path he chose. A path that tore apart a family, leaving his children without a mother or a father.
Now, we want to hear from you. Do you think Tim Shannon deserves more than 13.5 years in prison for what he did? Tell us what you think on our Facebook page. I'm Chris Hansen. If you like this story, make sure you tune in every day to Crime Watch Daily. You can find where the show airs in your city at crimewatchdaily.com. Watch it live or record it on your DVR and watch it at night. And to all those criminals out there, remember, we are watching.